Good evening and welcome everybody again. It's Thursday night. That means it's Rainlight Racing's 2023 GT3 Series Season 4, brought to you by Titanium Digital Solutions, AJ Champ, and True to Life Racing Designs. It is round 6, ladies and gentlemen. We are at Valencia. I'm Davo, and right beside me is my co-conspirator, J-Man. How are you doing,
Everyone's got to
mate?
have a co-conspirator, mate. No, I'm
That's
great,
right.
Davo. I'm great here back at Rainlight again for another round. Yeah, like as you mentioned,
Another
round
round,
six.
round
Yeah,
six, round six. Back to the Enduros. I think tonight, J-Man here at Valencia.
yep.
We're just getting. If I look, you can't see it, ladies and gentlemen, but we can just look out the window here, and J-Man, it is raining at the moment. So hopefully, that does not translate into qualifying and the race. But yes, round 6 here for Rainlight Racing's 2023 GT3 Series. J-Man, we got a good field of cars in here again tonight. 23.
Yeah, 23 cars in the field ready to go out in a minute for this two-part qualifying that we've
Yep.
come to learn and love, really, for what we're seeing here at Rainlight with this format. And that format is basically the admin team picking up around the half field mark of the slower lap times out of that previous official practice session, that half an hour practice session. Those fast guys will sit this out and they will wait until they get their shot, which will be somewhere around that 10-minute mark. They'll get to go
Yep.
out and run theirs,
Yep.
and I guess the slower of those runners get to go out first. And man, we just saw some really interesting stuff, didn't we, Davo? The back end of that qualifying
We did.
session, the likes of Maverick, our current championship leader, will touch on the points shortly, but just leaving it right down to the last minutes before he made a run at those lap times and saw himself get inside. I think he was inside the top 4 at one point there, but the times may have just shifted a little at the
Yep.
back end there. So
Yep.
yeah, interesting. Didn't
Eh,
get to see his final run. I'll just have a look here
No,
and
no.
see.
No, that's right. Look at it. It was, you like you're saying, it was interesting to watch that just pre-qualifying practice, J-Man, trying
Yep.
conditions. We had it was wet early in the session. Track was starting to dry out. The guys were still all on wet tyres. So when we know what wet tyres on a drying track are like, they get hot pretty quickly and they get pretty spongy and pretty squishy.
Very.
But we still saw some stellar lap times. But yeah, sort of saw a few names. I suppose poke their head up the top, and a couple of the boys that we'd normally expect to be up the top down down a little bit lower. So this is what conditions do. This will be
Yeah.
interesting to see how this pans out over qualifying, like I mentioned, and obviously the race.
Yeah, and what we know is that FP2 that FP1 was Saturday 11
Yep.
a.m. and the qualifying is Saturday at 3 p.m. So, around 4 hours the difference. Does that
Yep.
rain carry? We can tell you right now off the graphic that look, it is just gently drizzling. It is likely to calm the farm down in the next 10 to 30 minutes. But, given that we are talking about a 4-hour time difference between currently what we're viewing on screen versus when they actually roll out, this could go either way. We could see these guys roll out in this qualifying session, Davo, with the slowest 10 or so of these cars go out in potentially dry conditions, and then with 10 minutes to go, we could see it rain. So your
Well,
fast boys might not get the prime
ab-
conditions tonight, or vice versa.
absolutely, J-Man. And talking about fast guys, mid-packers, and the back end of the field, let's just have a quick look at the points as
Yep, we
these
should.
guys finish off their driver brief.
Yeah, so as we roll into those points, so we'll pick up after the 5th round,
Hang on.
heading into this 6th round. We're good there, mate.
No.
Okay, Right, so we'll just wait for that graphic to come up as these guys are just getting ready to head out. They've still got
Oh, we
a
might
few
leave that
minutes.
one, actually,
Yeah,
J-Man. Sorry if
they
you
got a
got it.
few minutes to go anyway. I do. But nonetheless, even without the graphic, what we can tell you heading into this is that Maverick is still up the top of the field on 362 points after that great round last week at Kyalami. And then Tinnis, a great round as well, 334 in second place over Yucko Venta. So a couple of the Ventas there, second and third, followed by the ever-consistent, once again, Steve Crosson in fourth, back on 253 points. Gunter Rowe in there, Brandon Webley. We were watching Brandon in official and unofficial practice tonight. Very, very excited looking car, that one, out on track in the mixed conditions.
Wasn't it? What?
Maddie T, couple of mixed bag results there. Looking like she's got a ton of form, provisionally second fastest in that official practice session tonight heading into this qualifying.
Nice
so
work.
she'll make the top tier
Nice work.
tonight, will Maddie. Firthy doing a great job in that championship so far to be 8th. Charlie Booth, good to see Mr. Palmtree back there, currently holding down 9th in the championship over Nico Cordia, is rounding out the 10 on around, I think, 166 points. So 362 plays 162. That's your points margin back down to 10th. But some big names just outside of that, the likes of Vota, T-Fam, Foster Bella, Dixon, all guys, Pete Dawson, Danny Kim, all guys.
Nick Firth too, he dropped a couple of rounds, J-Man, we know how quick he is, so.
Yeah, he did. But also, you know, like some of these names, these guys out there, the likes of the 31 car, Nathan Henderson, we know how quick Nathan's got that Bentley going at times at the moment.
Definitely.
So, no, certainly interesting to see as you just see you guys rolling out. Where are we looking there, Davo?
Just picking up on Uncle Joe Grimmer's car there. J-Man in the BMW. Louis Vanderventer, another BMW, also out on track in the 99 AJ Champ car. Will Dixon, actually one of the first cars to leave the pits. I suspect J-Man just tucked in behind. That is Brandon Foster.
Yeah, Brandon Foster in the pink Lambo.
Yeah, bright pink Lambo. So yeah, a few of the boys. Zach Carr out there in the Ferrari with a new, I think, G Series wheel and a pedal set. So he'll be a happy little Vegemite tonight, running some good kit. But yeah, we see straight Louis Vanderventer up on his Delta already, J-Man. Obviously, these are just these guys running around for their first flying lap. And like you mentioned, two-tier qualifying here as usual at Rainlight Racing for the GT3 series. And let the mid to low pack go first.
Yeah, so just looking down through here, big one for me. Going out first in this first session would be Charlie Booth. So Charlie's obviously sat back in their official practice session and decided that, you know, he wants to go out and do his run early in the session. Weather over the next 10 to 30 minutes looks pretty stable. It's just overcast. No rain out there at the moment.
Yep, and also another name I mentioned earlier, Nick Firthy was also sort of hung back there and stayed in that second tier of cars or the first tier of cars, however you wish to look at it. J-Man here at Valencia, quite a technical track. Look, personally, only driven it a few times myself. I don't mind it. So it'd be interesting for these boys here tonight. There's some passing opportunities, not many, but corner cuts is always an issue.
Yeah, so we spoke earlier, I guess bringing the viewers up to speed. So the likes of Turn 1, S-bar, plenty of runoff, very, very lenient, the track officials there on how much track you're allowed to use on the outside of Turn 1. And then as they head down to Doan, particularly tricky between 2, 3, easy chance to get a cut there out of 2, 3. And also the
Yes,
other one's probably coming out of turn 5, heading up to Angel Nieto, up to turn 6. Also another hot spot for a cut. Risk zones for passes, probably Campos, turn 14, I think will be a corner that we'll pick on a little bit tonight.
definitely, and quite possibly Martinez there down into 8. J-Man with a funny little kink down into that hairpin.
Yes.
So, yes, like I said, a bit of a technical track, so it'll be interesting to see how it races. We've called it a couple of times. J-Man usually provides some fairly tight stuff. Nowhere for these guys really to run away with, like power outputs, like not massively long straight. Although fairly long.
Yeah, not the biggest we'll see, but certainly, between turns 14 and turn 1, you got around 870 something meters, about 876. So there's enough time if you get a good exit off of 14 to really start applying pressure down there, down to turn 1. And actually that brings me to something just remembered from being on track, actually, Davo, on this platform, is that you do have to be very, very careful as you range up on the right-hand side looking for a wide entry into 1, that you do not get a track cut
Yes, that's right.
on the pit exit
on the
side
pit
of things
exit.
before you
Yes.
enter. So as we do see Charlie Booth at the top at the moment, and I want to pick up on that. I didn't see where he did it, but Firthy on his first official flying lap had actually picked up a track cut, because I saw his delta was red. He's obviously made good of that now. He's currently in there on a 31.6 as he's just banked that off, maybe going back for another set of tyres. Boothie on a 31.252. But yes, there's potential for driver error here, as opposed to, maybe, I think the potential for for the stewards to get involved tonight is probably quite high.
Interesting. Some quite tight and slow, like the tight apexing corners. Like some of these, they're not quite hairpins, but they sort of are. They really tighten up towards the end. They run down into them really quickly, and it sort of begs the boys to just go for that inside move. But it'll be interesting to watch. J-Man, good solid field tonight, so it's going to be busy. I can see it. Harrison Bella in the Mercedes, J-Man there in provisional third.
Yeah, so some of probably the names that, the likes of Charlie Booth, Firthy and Bella are all names that I would have expected to have seen up the high end here. Expect Will Dixon to still punch in a slightly better lap than he's on at the moment. I'd expect him to throw his name in the mix there. But yeah, Boothie banking a pretty good lap straight off. So
pretty straight
see
up,
how that holds when the likes of Maverick and Matty T and co come out in this next session, which is only around a minute and 3/4 away before we see that second tier come out to start banking their laps.
Yeah, and we can actually see some of these, the first qualifiers already back in the pits, J-Man.
Yep.
They've had
Uncle
enough.
Joe.
I think they've, given whatever they think they can, and are quite happy to sit back, watch it all unfold, and then find their place on track in the race. J-Man Bella was up on his time on that last lap, just still holding down third, just not enough. He needs a lot more. Needs a second or more to really.
Dixon moved up a spot. That last one round on a 33.2, on one of our cars with the naming rights sponsor there, AJ Champ. So he's just up there into fourth, sharing the second row provisionally with Harrison Bella, but likely going to swap sides from what I'm looking at on my Delta, because he is around 7 to 8 tenths up at the moment.
That would put him in the right space there, J-Man. That's going to be pretty close, 8 tenths.
He may threaten Firthy here. as he comes down to the final corner, down to Campos, and comes out of there.
Keeps it
Pretty good
nice and
exit.
tidy, yeah.
Yeah, pretty good exit, mate. He's looking
Carries
good.
some
He's
good
got a
speed.
second up. He's going to threaten for the top spot, actually. No,
Third
32,
position.
252. Okay, so
Yeah, needed another second on that.
he did need another second. Sorry, I was looking at the wrong split there. So, but hey, nonetheless, a great lap.
Absolutely, for provisional third position, J-Man.
And more importantly, too, Davo, he crossed the line with 5 seconds to go around that 10-minute period. So he is entitled
It leaves him
to carry on.
Yep, leaves him on track for this lap. Can he make it good? Nick Firth also still out on a lap, actually just coming up through the final complex of corners here. Down into this awkward braking area, J-Man. And into the final corner, 3/10 up on his... Oh, no!
Yeah, pushing really, really hard. And not a lot of TC on. I can tell you, viewers, that Firthy was all the way down to 1 on the traction control. So he was asking every little bit of horsepower out of that.
Absolutely.
Out of that McLaren.
As we just now start to watch the second tier of cars roll out, J-Man, Tinnis, Venter, Gunther Rowe, Matty T, Maverick, Brandon Webley, Jaco Venter, Mr. Henderson, T-Fam, Nico Cordia, all the usual suspects, J-Man.
And so who's likely the first car in that field? It looks to me to be Jaco Venter in the 714.
Jaco, you think so?
I think he's the first guy that's managed to get out.
Yeah.
By my calculations.
And he is warming up his tyres by just going flat chat. No weaving, out of the final corner. Good run. And straight into his first flying lap, J-Man. It looks like Tinnis right behind him. Then it's Maverick. And that is Steve Crossland, J-Man. Just tucked in behind Maverick's car. The Predator BMW.
We did enjoy it there, Firthy. We did see the spin, mate, and did acknowledge the traction control was pretty low. And mate, you give it a good red hot go. So
yes, we love it.
Didn't leave anything out there for chance, mate. Well done. The old fuel bug. So based on the based on the I guess on FP1, these guys are already going faster based on the track conditions. So Mav topped the session on a 32.0. We've already seen Boothie fire in a 31.2.
Yeah.
So these boys are already going quicker. So clearly better track conditions out there this time around. So what has the boys, the 714 car, you'd expect to be right up there. Maverick's going to deliver a pretty big hit. But also Matty T was quick in that previous session, Davo. Yeah,
Matty T. And in the wet conditions too, J-Man. So really shining there. Who else? Who are we missing here? Mr. Webley? Where is Webley? Oh, there he is. So, Mr. Webley, one to watch. We watched this man in pre-race practice, J-Man, and damn did he have this thing by the scruff of the neck in the wet conditions. So, keep your eyes on that car, J-Man. We start seeing the times come through.
Yeah, so Mav posting a 31.5, so still around 3/10 back from Charlie Boost time. So Charlie doing a great job in that opening session. Jaco not too far back from there. Where is Brandon?
Matty T just running across the line for provisional 6. J-Man probably one of the last cars on track, I would suspect. Oh, Webley, last car on track. We've still got Nico Cordia and Crossland to roll across as well.
Yep, they're sort of heading down through that sector 2 now. Where is Crossy? Okay, yeah, so he's just starting sector 3 now. As you mentioned earlier, that little tricky little spot as they come down through, I think it is, I believe it's down through
into Martinez.
Martinez
Martinez
and
into 8 there.
yeah, even 9, 10, 11 tightens up.
Crossland just running across the line there will put himself in. Where did that?
Who did that put Crossy?
Oh no, that hasn't. He hasn't.
That must have been a track cut because he hasn't moved. Maverick, however, is on the top spot on a 31.0 over Brandon Webley on a 31.2. Yako in there as well on a 31.2, so that knocks Boothie back to 4th at this point of time. Yeah, so still not a bad time from Booth there in that first tier of cars, but yeah, Webley obviously was always going to be one to watch after watching him in qualifying. Maverick, no surprises, J-Man up at the pointy end there. Jaco Fenta, no surprise there either. Matty T doing well, just bringing it across the line. I think she just jumped another position into Gunther Rowe in 6th down on his Delta at the moment, J-Man. So it's got some work to do. Tinnis Fenta, half a second up. Yeah, he's on the move.
He will need more than that. He needs about probably 0.7 down into this awkward braking area.
I tell you what, this is going to put him close to the front row though, David.
This is good, actually. He's gained another 10th there, J-Man, into that braking area. So
it will share the front row. Although Yako's just gone to the top, so that
there you
go,
down. Yako put a dampener on that one. Maverick just coming across the line as well, J-Man.
Yeah, so this qualifying session with 3.5 odd minutes to go is heating up with Yako just putting in a blistering 1:30.79 in there. Mav will have an answer for that, I'm sure. He's already a couple of tenths up. Well, hovering between 1.5 to 2 tenths, so Mav's going to push hard. He'll be aware of the Delta, as is Brandon Webley's up also too, Davo.
Yeah.
Nathan Henderson, where is Nathan? I expected that Bentley.
Yeah, no, just not really putting it together. Matty T a 10th, Brandon Webley a 10th up. I think I saw also Steve Crossland up on his time, but again, marginally, J-Man, a 10th is just not enough. Crossy in 11th at the moment, and well down. He is like literally, what are we talking there? Maybe 1.3 seconds back.
Yeah.
From the lead.
And Yako's down on his current Delta, so he's given this lap away. He's still got 2.5 minutes to go. Mav's level pegging with the current time that he's run. He's around about a 10th in his pocket. That won't be enough. It'll be close, but the guy I've been watching was Brandon Webley, who was hovering between that 2 and 3 tenths, which will be enough to knock Mav off the front row should Mav not improve.
Yep, and he does just drop into the final corner there, Jay.
Yeah, he's got that just under 3 tenths. It's going to be very tight.
That will be close.
Maverick's just improved on a 30.8.
Oh, well, that was probably his saving grace there, J-Man, because I reckon he would have had him.
Well, he would have on a 30.9 versus 30.080.
There you go. Henderson, half a second up on his time.
Yeah, finally.
It's just not enough. It's only going to get him maybe. Oh, there
into
you go.
The 9th.
Into the 9th. I was going to say it'll get him in the top 10. But
yeah,
working hard in the Bentley tonight, J-Man.
Yeah, and you've got to go out to P13 to break the second barrier in this qualifying at this point with still 1.5 minutes to go. So it's not done. Crossland just slightly up, half a tenth, heading towards down there to that area that you were talking of, down into Martinez.
Yeah, tricky, a little closing hairpin. It's very similar to the braking area in the final corner, but not really. But yeah, these closing apex corners really tighten up at the end.
Yeah, Webley.
Get down the inside, Webley.
Yeah, he's been back to pits, bolted on another set of rubber, a set of boots for this one. Got to have one more go. It's going to be tight. I think he should get there. Ooh, it's going to be very tight. Maybe not. I'll be watching that one. Boothie is dropped down to P5. So there's a good...
That's not too bad, Joe, man, really.
Yep. And we saw this a few weeks ago with TFAM, going and banking a lap in Q1 and holding that position right to the end till 4th. It didn't work out so well the week before, I think, or the week after when they went to Kyalami, I think it was. He ended up in P11 after being right up the top. But nonetheless, Charlie Booth's time's holding inside the top 5 at the moment.
Yep.
Is he under threat? He's in there on a 31.2. We've got Matty T on a 31.3. Gunter Rowe on a 31.3. I think they're probably the nearest guys to threaten him. Because I almost feel like, yeah, Crossy's done. Nathan Henderson's a 10th and a half down. So I can't see at this point Boothie being knocked down any further than that. So that's a great result.
Okay, so Maverick, just watching his lap. Really
yeah, he's up and down.
He's really struggled to get a gain there. Finally gets a 10th up, but it just ebbs and flows. He needs a good solid 10th to put himself on the at the number 1 position here, down into the final corner.
Yeah, it's not going to be. I don't think he's definitely going to share the front row provisionally at this spot, but it's not going to be any more. No, so he ended up just a 10th slower than his personal best there on a 30.9 versus a 30.812. What has Brandon Webley got? He's around about a 10th down as he is coming through the middle of the second sector, so he's still got time to make good on this lap. He would be potentially, from what I'm looking at, the only other guy at this point to upset Yucko or Maverick. So
still a bit of time.
She's done.
That's it.
It's done. So congratulations to Yucko Venter there for that pole position on a 130.797. That's a great way to start the race for Yucko. Has got Maverick beside him. Brandon Webley, Tinnis on the second row, Booth and Matty T on the third row, Gunter Rowe and his mate Steve Crossan on the fourth row, Henderson T-Fam on row 5. So that makes out the 10. So great job there from Henderson to get that Boatley up into the 10, and a great job from T-Fam.
Definitely.
Some big names after that, the likes of Firthy, McConnell, Dawson, Dixon, Cordia, Bella. I mean, that takes you up to 16. I mean, those are guys that are no strangers to us on the cam side of stuff.
That's Dave, for sure.
We see plenty of those names, and not far back from there, you know, the likes of Louis Van der Venter, Brandon Foster, and co.
Absolutely.
Not too far off the pace. So no. I feel like as a qualifying session, that was very, very competitive.
That was very competitive, and like you're saying, that mid-pack is solid, J-Man. There's all the usual names, and the racing is fierce all the way through the field. As usual here at Rainlight Racing, we must thank you all again. Please like and subscribe if you like what you're watching. Let us know. You are here joining us again on a Thursday night for Rainlight Racing's 2023 GT3 Series Season 4, brought to you by Titanium Digital Solutions, AJ Champ, and True to Life Racing Designs. J-Man, we are here in Valencia. Nice clear track. It's round 6. 90 minutes of racing coming up, J-Man.
Yeah, we have got 90 minutes of racing at a track that, really, really cool place here. Opened in 1999. Was basically put out of the ground in 1998, but yeah, it came to fruition in 1999. It is named after Ricardo Tormo, who was a 2-time MotoGP world champ. All around 4 kilometres of the place. As we mentioned, 14 turns, 9 to the left, 5 to the right, 876 metre front straight in between Campos and Aspar. Should be a good night, I think, Davo.
Yes. Expect it to be as spectacular as the last few weeks, J-Man. There's been some super hot racing. Kyalami last week, and Brands Hatch the week before. Stellar. turnout and some really top racing there as well. So yes, if those couple of rounds is anything to go by, mate, in the first part of the series, it is going to be beautiful. The weather looks beautiful. We're here at Valencia. The boys are out in the formation lap.
They are. And Davo, what's the keys to success at this racetrack here tonight, you think, for the likes of Jaco, Maverick, Brandon, Tinnis and Boofy and co, these guys that are sharing those first couple of rows? I mean, you know, do you think that, can you see anything there, or what's the keys to the race, you think, for those boys?
Look, track position's going to be critical, I personally think. Not the easiest place to pass. And then, I don't know, probably just looking after the rubber as best as possible. Try not to push too hard in the battles. Easier said than done, and definitely easy to say when I'm sitting up here in the comms box watching it all. So, J-Man, and yourself?
So for me, I'm normally a glasses half full sort of guy, right? You know that, Davo, mate. Yep. We've been around each other for long enough. But for me, it'll be all about, for me, looking at the way that the weather model has been run tonight, and these guys obviously having partake in each session so far. I would be filling the tank to the brim. Obviously, I'm going to have a nice sticky brand new dry tyre on right now, but I'm going to be racing that car irrespective of where I am on track. Racing the clouds in front of me, because I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that we're going to see some rain at some point during this session.
Quite possibly, J-Man, as the boys start to line up as they just drop down into this final corner here. Let me thank again Titanium Digital Solutions, AJ Champ, and True to Life Racing Designs for bringing us the Rainlight Racing 2023 GT3 Series here from Valencia. J-Man for round 6. We're just about to go green. Jaco Venza on the top spot. Oh, look at that. Maverick with the jump, J-Man. Looked like he might have been out in front there a little bit.
Yeah,
Venta in behind. Charlie Booth, Matty T, Gunther Rose, Steve Crossland wide into one. Full committed corner. That Matty T up in beside takes advantage of that. That's Gunther Rowe down the inside as well. J-Man, Webley. Is that Webley in front?
Oh, I think it was.
In third position.
Gunther Rowe just rounding
second
up.
Position.
Matty T gets a little bit of contact with she manages to gather that back up though. And but that does allow Henderson, T-Fam and Firthy all through on Matty T early in the piece there. So just she was just trying to defend that from Gunther Rowe.
So now Gunther, if you look behind Gunther there now, that's Crossland, Henderson, T-Fam, Firth. That.
Yeah, so that's
big trainer cars there.
That's a massive queue there, and that's just that early lap one stuff, just trying to settle it out. Your biggest opportunity to make multiple places is now, and that's certainly what the likes of
absolutely
of Crossland, Henderson, T-Fam and Firthy have just
doing right now. So we see Maverick pass Jaco. That is Tinnis tucked in second position. Jaco tucked in second position now, but Brandon Rebley in fourth, and Charlie Booth giving Webley all sorts of curry. This lap is not over. This is over the start-finish line now. J-Man.
So, yeah.
In the background, look at it from first back.
Yeah,
right
look
in the middle of it.
Who's that? Is that's Boofy down the inside, looking for an inside move on Webley, but Webley just got that outside run and then covers off down into two. So
and
beautiful.
Again, yep. Got to get back here, though, J-Man. From Firth back here. Firth, Matty T, Will Dixon, Allison Bella.
Yeah, McConnell in there as well. And you picked up earlier, I think, McConnell running one of the Gorilla inspired paint cars. And he just gets really, really sideways. He's going to give that one to Matty T on the exit there of turn 4.
So, yes, positions to be made in the early stages, like you mentioned, J-Man. Also, Brandon Foster past Pete Dawson past Brandon Foster. There's J-Man, so it is all happening a little bit difficult to keep up with at the moment because the racing's hot and we love it. Just in the back is that.
Who's that? Is that Pete Dawson round trying to range up on Cordia there?
Yeah, and that's Worcester is I think just in front as well. So that's going to come to a head there with. Oh, look at Cordia's pace as he tries to round up the BMW on the outside, J-Man.
Yeah, comes down into the final corner here, turn 14, and then even Dawson's going to look for an inside-outside or an outside-inside here on the BMW down the front chute. What is the horsepower like?
It's going to be a drag race, and this is quite a committed corner, J-Man, this first turn.
That BMW not suffering for straight line speed.
Oh, not at all. Ranged back up on the back of Cordia's car there, J-Man.
Good. So, Mav checking
Dawson
out at this point.
So it's Dawson. Now, what's the start? Brandon Foster, Adrian Kramer, Louis Van der Venter, Josh Nightingale.
Yeah, it's a big heated pack there right now.
Still tight at the top with Charlie Booth and Gunther. We just saw Gunther very sideways out of that corner.
Yeah, but he's the guy that's been on the move ever since that little bit of contact with Matty T at the start of this race. He's now really focusing on the back of Boothie at the moment, and as you can see on your visuals, that Webley and Tinnis are only just up in front of him, so you'd be pretty incentivised by this.
Yeah, you can see it visually there sometimes. J-Man, Madison also just
on the back of Firthy.
Starting to put pressure on Firth, you know, really struggled in that opening stage there, so she'll want to regather those positions as quick as possible, and clearly has the pace to do it.
Yeah, great start too from Craig McConnell too, and that McLaren, that 391 McLaren. He's right in there trying to go with
right
Maddie.
amongst it. Yep.
I think Maddie's got some serious pace on that car at the minute though.
That is the Gorilla car we were just mentioning earlier, J-Man, the Gorilla racing car. So yes, nice work from McConnell. Webley Booth again, J-Man. I thought Webley, just watching him in early practice, that he might have been able to make legs on Booth, but Booth's got the Lambo right on point there, chasing well.
Yeah, I think the issue I saw with Webley's car earlier in the piece, Davo, is that it is fast. It is definitely a fast car there, as you see there, trading 31.8s between Webley and Booth there. But for me, it was how nervous the car looked.
It did look nervous.
Often fast cars look nervous, but this is a long race, and I don't know, how accurate you're going to be if the car's that nervous for a long time.
Yep. Yeah, it takes a lot of concentration, J-Man. So, what's up the top? Maverick.
Yes, yeah, Maverick's broken out to that 2.5 seconds, so he's really checked out. I thought Yucko or Tinnis might have had the pace to go with him, but he's out there on a 31.8, so he's clearly he's made track position, because we know that Webley and Booth just ran 31.8s as well, but it's all about, like you mentioned at the top of this stream there, the start of this race, that it's about track position, and that's what Maverick's got at the moment. So
and now just tucked in behind Jacko.
31.2 that last lap as well, which is very fast.
Very quick. Tennis, Brandon Webley, Charlie Booth, like we were just alluding to before we started scrolling through these boys, still at it, J-Man. Gunther Rowe with a little bit of clean air at the moment is actually starting to range up on those. Henderson coming with, now the BMW really didn't feature that hot in qualifying, but where is he now? 7th position, J-Man, doing really, and Crossy.
The Bentley, yep.
In the Bentley, Crossy in 8th and T-Fam in 9th. All those three gained a couple of positions, inherited a couple of positions there. Firth and Madison T running at 10 and 11 respectively.
Yeah, so Maddie T was the one that I guess, just got a little bit roughed up at the start of that one, and she's got onto the back of Firthy and hasn't been able to dispatch him at the moment. And both those two cars running in the 33s respectively last lap round, which isn't quick enough when you've got the guys running 31s and low 32s up in front of them. So they just need to settle in. You know that Maddie has certainly got the pace, and based on the qualifying, you know that Firthy's in there as well.
Oh,
so.
for sure, yeah. He's a smooth operator, mate. He's not going to give
So
nothing
what's
away.
this? We got Tinnis and Yako.
So have changed positions there.
Yep.
Was that team orders there? That looks like Jonathan Venter actually coming out of the pits there too, J-Man.
Okay.
Just in the background. Might get a 30-second on that if we can catch that.
Yeah, he has. He's just come out.
Oh,
He's got out the way.
Yeah, so sorry, on the replay there, J-Man, just down into that final corner there, it looked like Sharko left the car wide, Tinnis down easily. Looked a little bit too easy. So team orders, I suspect there, J-Man, as we have...
You're thinking that the 707 car's got a lot more pace on it. He's going to go and try and bridge this gap.
I'm thinking so. And they can see that Webley Booth battle actually starting to range up behind them. So those guys are going quicker.
And already Tinnis just making a bit of an air gap there. Yep.
And Jarko loses to Webley immediately. So those boys were coming.
Yep.
I think they read that well.
So close, and because clearly Webley's got to go because Boothie wants to go as well. Nathan Henderson, and as you mentioned, that Bentley doing a great job in 7th. TFAM's got the company of Steve Crossland in the 43 car. Both those guys, TFAM 32.6 last time round, Crossland on 33.4. However, Crossy's a lot closer this time now, so expect those lap times to sort of improve this time round for Crossland as he does come round on a 33.2. So no, pretty similar actually. So maybe a little mistake there from TFAM. And once again, as we mentioned, Webley defending hard from Booth, which doesn't allow him to tack Yako. So that's a tight pack. That's Hull, Yako, Brandon, and Boothie.
Yep. Yeah, look, Booth, Webley and Booth, I think Jarko had to let Tinnis go because these guys were ranging up quickly and it looked like Jarko might have been holding Tinnis up. Well, it looks like it was anyway, the way Tinnis is stretched there. These guys are right, and that is Gunther. Gunther just starting to range up as well. So...
Yeah, and I think just recently, just off the camera as well, we've had Harrison Bella take Brandon Foster for P17.
Oh,
so
nice work.
That was the Merc getting it done on the Lambo there at some point in the lap. I just missed it, but I did see it come up on my Delta. So Zach Carr doing a great job there with the new wheel. Good to see him out
Webley.
there.
That's Webley on Venter. Sorry, J-Man, for interrupting there.
You're right.
We just went for an in-car with Webley and I couldn't see Jarko's car. That meant he was beside him. And who's that right behind him? Charlie Booth. And he's got him as well by the looks of it.
Well, they know they've got a lot of track limits around the outside.
Whoa! Jarko keeps that together.
Oh, a bit of red mist there. He fired it down deep into turn 2.
Let's see if we get a replay on that. That is spectacular stuff. Both those guys keeping that together, J-Man, through a very committed turn 1 that could have easily turned pear-shaped for both drivers there. As we just watched this on the replay. Tucked in behind Webley's car. Jarko Venter on the inside. Oh, little tap on Booth and keeps it together. Oh, deep under brakes. Like you said, a little bit of the miss there from Jarko retaliating. But committed pass from both of those cars, from Webley and Booth on Jarko there, J-Man.
And so that's incentivised once again Gunter Road. Just right up on the back of Yako now. So
yeah, that's going to heat up pretty quickly. We've got Adrian Kramer, J-Man, and Harrison Bella going at it.
Yeah, so that's Bella moving forward. So like I mentioned previously, he'd got past Brandon Foster, as has Pete Dawson now. So once again, Pete finds himself in pretty much a battle every week. We see this car as we just see that Mercedes slip down the inside.
I just saw that.
Kramer.
We just caught that. Kramer going deep there, Jay. And we've also got Zach Carr getting all sorts of Oh, hurry up there from Louis
Louis.
Louis in the AJ Champ 99 BMW J-Man. So that is hot as we still have, I think Gunther Rowe.
Oh, Gunther Rowe got through on Yucko.
Got through on Yucko. See if we can pick that up actually. We'll go back.
Yep.
Oh no, he's already got it done in the replay there. So nice work for Gunther. But Brandon and Charlie Booth. Brandon Webley, Charlie Booth, still at it on my data, J-Man. There's so much to watch here going on at the moment.
And
Pete Dawson also coming up on the back of Kramer's car as well there, J-Man. Dawson, the white Lambo, yes, on.
Yeah, Bella sizing up Worcester as well as we speak to Davo. We knew this would be coming.
Mate, he's made quick ground, hasn't he? Straight away, look, there's a few car lengths there, and that's like half a lap, so nice work there. Nick Firth, Matty T battle still going on. I don't think Matty T's got enough aggression. I don't think she can just pull it out of that Ferrari to get up beside Firth unless he makes a mistake. Brandon Webley, Charlie Booth, J-Man. These guys are past two other cars.
Yep.
And they're still nose to tail. It just has not changed a thing.
No, they haven't. They're just still at it.
Still at it. Oh, hard to take your eyes off.
I like how strong Boothie's Lambo was there down into Doohan, into 2, and then the potential if Brandon Webley doesn't kind of get that car on the apex down into 2, between 2 and 3, I think that could be a potential pass there for the 46 car of Charlie Booth going forward. So we'll keep our eye on that as the night goes on. But I feel like that's the strong suit for that car, is down to 2-3.
Yeah, down here into Martinez as well. It's an interesting track. It has quite a few of these tightening corners. It allows the guys just to get a little bit of overlap. Then they tighten up. Varying lines.
Bella getting the job done on Worcester.
So that was only a matter of time, J-Man.
Yeah, next guy lining that one up is obviously Pete Dawson. You feel like he wants to go with Harrison Bella tonight.
Oh, look, I think Dawson's probably got Bella's pace easily, J-Man, in that white Lamborghini.
Mate, we've lost Nico. We've lost Nico Cordia there for some reason, so that's a real
Totally.
shame. So once again, I just can't take my eyes off of Webley Booth battle at the moment, because that one there is just, mate, and they're trading good times, low 2s, 32 2s, albeit we've got Mav out there doing 31 8s. These boys here on 32 2s is impressive.
It's particularly when they're in such a heated battle, J-Man, too, so.
Oh, and it's going to invite Gunther Rowe and Yucko back in there, because Gunther Rowe was 2 tenths faster than those boys last that round on a 32-0. Remembering that I just called Maverick doing a 31-8, so Gunther Rowe doing a 32-0 is an impressive time, and obviously Yucko Venter, he's still in there firing 32 2s as well, so. Yeah, I mean, Boothie Webley, it's a great battle to watch, but it's certainly one that's going to invite Gunther and Yucko back into that party at some point.
Out of the helmet of Matty T as she ranges up on the back of Nick Firth. Now, just look in front there, not too far up the road there. That is Crossy's car.
And then T-Fam just up the road a little bit further.
T-Fam as well. So those guys actually qualified, well, Crossy did fairly well tonight, J-Man.
Yep.
But it hasn't progressed a hell of a lot after a little bit of elbows out in the early stages of the race.
Now, I wonder how conscious Firthy is of that turn 14 exit, Davo, after we saw him make that big spin in quali, mate. I can tell you now, he did that with TC on 1. He's currently running 2 on the TC, so he is aware of it.
Yeah. It's race time now, so he's got to, put the insurance in place. But you look at that, that little three-way there, that is Matty T.
Ooh, Webley Booth.
Webley Booth.
Oh,
Webley Booth.
so
Booth
tight.
on the outside. That's compromised the run.
Yeah, and look how
From Webley,
close
look at
Gunter
this.
is now.
Down into Martinez. Oh, awkward stuff.
It's not done.
He'll have it.
It's not done, mate. If he can
Webley
stay there and then come back for the
will have
right-hander.
it.
And he covers.
Oh, he
covers
covers
down
nicely.
here.
Look where Gunther is now, J-Man. They're still at it. There's overlap. No, there's not.
Who becomes 3?
And a very awkward little flip-flop there. Very bumpy through there, J-Man. That's Charco Venter just trying to tag onto the... Oh, just stay on the back of that group now.
Yep. And the reason I alerted you to this, Davo, was because on my Delta, just off of camera, it looked like they'd already changed positions 2 or 3 times before we picked up on them, just with overlap. So, yeah, great job from Nathan Henderson. He's not that far off the back of this battle either.
Yeah, so, oh, look, and that Beamer, the Bentley, should I say, of Henderson, didn't feature in qualifying that well. And again, as we just get out of the helmet of Gunther Rowe here, this is a front row seat to this battle. Shoes in front, the Lambo v Ferrari, as they wind their way up this elevation change, up the hill, switchback corners, down towards Martinez.
Out of 6 into 7.
Down into 8, this ever-tightening hairpin. We'll rhythm track this, J-Man. Look at this. Gunther just losing a bit, and these guys so close in front and still able to get that exit speed, even with the battle that's ensuing. Beautiful to watch.
Yeah, absolutely. So Firthy really on the back of Steve Crossan now as well. So just put a little air gap between himself and Matty T to focus on the back of Crossy's car as well, Davo.
Dawson also on the back of Worcester, still struggling to get past that BMW. And you mentioned earlier how the BMW has some good straight line speed.
We've got Harrison Bella in the pit lane as well. So I'm not sure what's happened there. But I would have thought that was a little bit early, unless Harrison Bella's on some sort of alternate strategy. He is off the jacks, but that has dropped him well down.
That's quick, J-Man.
Yep.
We just pick up on Crossy and Firthy pushing hard behind him as we see him sideways off a few of the corners. But my data keeps flashing at me with Webley and Booth.
Yeah, I think that's worthy of some time, because also Yucko on the back of Gunter Rowe again now. So Yucko voted him back into this union.
Yeah, definitely. These guys will be burning tires. Jarko has been able to just kick back there for a little bit, just let the boots equalise and tag back onto the back of this with Gunter in tow as well there now, J-Man in front of him. So yes, that is an epic battle going on there, J-Man.
It sure is. So Pete Dawson looking for a move here on Kenneth Worcester. I think he's going to get this done, and this will be down the bottom into I think that was looking like turn 4-5 to me.
Yep. As they run, they're running up into Martinez now there, J-Man.
Yep, so he gets that done because he's trying to bridge that gap back. Now, where is... Oh, we mentioned that Harrison Bella was in the lane, so...
Oh, Matty T into the side of Firth.
Oh, it was big.
Unfortunate.
She is looking to do a redress or something going on there. So Firthy gets that thing going.
We'll just pick up a replay on that. Just coming out of the final corner there, J-Man. Matty T with a fantastic run.
Yep.
Full committed corner there.
Firth. Yeah, probably started at 14. She got a good run down the front straight.
Yeah, nicely there. And then Yeah, first just compromised on the outside there, maybe a little bit too far. Matty T into the side of it. That's unfortunate, Joe.
Yeah, so that takes the pressure off for Steve Crossan because
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
that was really right. So he can look up the road towards TFAM and drive through for car 42. So car 42 would be Uncle Joe.
Oh, okay. There you go.
That'll be a pit infringement, I would think, if I go back.
And
30,
we just
Uncle Joe's just got a pit infringement there. He was in for a scheduled stop.
Okay, there you go. There you go. As we just see in the foreground, Webley and Booth actually stretching their legs away
Over
from
Gunther.
over Gunther,
And
like
Yucko's all over him.
Yeah, I just wonder whether Gunther's defending, because now they've got Henderson actually starting to range up a little bit closer behind him in the Bentley.
He's not far off it at all.
So I just wonder whether Gunther's just stopped focusing in front and probably more in his mirrors there, J-Man.
Yep. Not this case for Charlie Booth, though. He is still looking very hard at every opportunity. Steve Crossan with a drive-through.
Oh, well, that's got to be track
That'll be track limits. Yeah, it'll be track limits. So that's, we mentioned it at the top end of the stream. The stewards were going to, I believe, be a factor in here tonight, as I thought the weather is. The weather at this point is looking good.
Yeah, it is.
It's holding. So that's a hard blow there for Crossy, but you got to put your head down and carry on, because he won't be the last tonight, I wouldn't think.
Yeah, look, I suspect so, J-Man. But yeah, nonetheless, tough penalty. So there'll be 2 trips through the pit lane at least tonight.
So that lets TFAM off the hook with Crossy, and it also certainly will light up the likes of Craig McConnell's eyes and Firthy, because that'll be a shoo-in.
And obviously Matty T as well.
And then where is Harrison Bella? Okay, so Uncle Joe is in the pits doing his drive-through.
Yep, getting that sorted out nice and early, Jamie.
Yep, so Harrison Bella just got no pace on that car at the moment. Just circulated round their last lap round of 1:36.1. So I'm not sure what's going on there, but that car had a ton of pace as him and Pete Dawson were coming through the field earlier. Pete Dawson up to P14 at the moment, but not sure what's going on with Bella's car at the minute. As we just see Mr. Zach Carr just hopping out the way for the likes of Webley, Booth, Rowe.
Venter and Harrison.
Yep.
Henderson, should I say.
Henderson, yep.
So yeah, big trainer cars there through past Mr. Carr. So nice work.
Yeah, so the last time I looked at Nathan's car, he was he was around 1.3 seconds off the back of Yucko Venter. He's now bridged that down to 9/10. So Nathan Henderson is coming on strong at this phase of the race, heading up to that point where they've got around 63, 64 minutes to go, Davo. Appreciate your feedback, Warren, on the comms, mate. We do enjoy what we do, and these guys put on a hell of a show, so it makes it pretty easy.
Definitely. Well, they are the show, J-Man. Yes, thank you very much, Warren. Crossy serving his drive through as we speak there, J-Man, and we've just still got eyes on Charlie Booth and Brandon Webley.
With Webley,
And look, Booth looked like he nearly had an overlap on the outside down into one there. Just shows that these guys have been inseparable right from the green flag dropping. Mate, hardly a couple of car lengths between them.
Yeah, and they just round up. That would have been.
Oh, here we go.
Josh Nightingale there. Yep.
Yeah, Josh Nightingale. That was actually Gunther Rowe in the background with a big slip and slide there.
Was it enough for Yucko to do the job? No. Oh, Yucko just has contact there as he comes through the left-hander.
With who is that?
that was with Josh Nightingale.
It
Unfortunately,
was
just
too, yep.
miscued that sweep around pass
And
there on the left hander.
survives it. Nightingale off into the sand there a little bit, but yeah, tough gig there, J-Man, just as they come through on some lap vehicles. Very difficult to negotiate on a track like this, and particularly when the pace is so hot up the pointy end here at the moment, J-Man.
Yeah. Nonetheless, Nightingale has regrouped and recovered. He is in a battle at the moment with Louis van der Venter, and Louis just getting the upper hand after that exchange there. So Louis just holding down P18 at the moment.
Yeah, nice work from Louis there, J-Man, just getting out of the car of Henderson, actually, as he chases down Venter. Jarko, and working hard in the Bentley. Big switchbacks corners here as they run up the hill. Bentley probably not the most ideal cars to get turned into some of these corners.
Yeah,
but yeah, still making a good showing. And so you can see that just in front of, we look out at the front there in camera shot, that is Jarko, that is Gunter, and in front there, that is Booth and Webley. So well in touch here, J-Man, from the big Bentley, and Nathan Henderson at the wheel.
Yeah, look, there's probably only around a 2.5 second spread or something like that between those cars, as we just see another drive through. Who was that for? It was the 71. It is Zach Carr. He has grabbed a drive through. That will be a track limit. So putting that new wheel to the test tonight will be a trip down pit lane to go and see the stewards for Zach Carr. So unfortunate, but like we mentioned, probably not likely going to be the last here tonight.
No doubt, J-Man. Yes, hope you've got a pit limit button mapped on that new G wheel. J-Man, Charlie Booth, Brandon Webley. It's been hard to take our eyes off this, but we've got other races.
Yeah.
Well,
we have, and we probably should start at the top with Mav out there. He's some 6.5 seconds up the road from Tinnis at the moment, holding down the fastest lap of the race on a 31.205. Last lap round he was a 31.6, so no real dig issues for that BMW, that Predator BMW at the front at the moment, Davo. And like I mentioned, Tinnis out there in second. PB for Tinnis is still a 31.7, so very, very good laps from those front boys, but like I mentioned, 6.5 odd seconds, the difference between P1, P2. Charlie Booth, the next guy in the line, so that tells me that Charlie Booth has got Webley.
Oh, he's got him.
Yeah, so I'm not sure if we can grab a quick 30 on that, catch those, might be worth an effort. But
we've gone back a minute, and we've missed that, J-Man.
Okay, apologise to those guys and to the viewers, because that was a great battle, but don't expect that battle to go away. I think Webley will try and hang with Boothie, but yeah, some 6.5 seconds back from Tinnis is Charlie Booth now after that awesome exchange there with Brandon Webley.
Yeah, nice work from both of these guys. We've been totally fixated on it until we just thought we'd have a bit of a wander through the field, and
bam,
that's it. They go at it. But yeah, can't see that battle going away anytime soon. Gunther's actually been relieved of a little bit of pressure from Jarko Venter there, J-Man, after a little bit of a touch-up with getting past Nightingale as a lapped car. So those guys spread out a little bit, but Nathan Henderson is still a threat in the Bentley, not too far behind. Is that T-Fam? That is T-Fam.
Yeah, T-Fam's in there.
You can see in the background too. And then there is actually quite a healthy gap, isn't there?
Back to Firthy, yeah.
Back to Firth and Madison.
And he's just trying to round up a lap car at the moment of Josh Nightingale, and he does a good job of that. Yep.
Yeah, nice work. Maddie T, a few car lengths behind that, and she's rounding out the top 10 currently, J-Man.
Yeah, so great effort for Maddie there after a little bit of early contact with her and Gunter Rowe at the start there. All's fair in love and war, so they both managed to come out of that facing the right way. However, Maddie just sort of got stuck behind Firthy there earlier on, and albeit she's sitting in 10th, she just rounds up Josh Nightingale as well as a lap car. I think, looking at Maddie, that car's coming on strong as that fuel's burning off in that Ferrari. So got Firthy in her sights, but yeah, both of them doing a great job. As is, once again, I mentioned Craig McConnell not that far back in that 391 McLaren behind them. So he's out there circulating very, very well, and a recovering Steve Crossland after that drive-through.
Ouch. Yes.
Yeah.
So, yeah, holding down 12th position as we speak.
So I just can see Harrison Bella is tucked up behind Pete Dawson. Now, where is Pete? Pete's 14th, Harrison Bella's 20th. Now, remember, we saw Harrison Bella take what appeared to be a scheduled pit stop very, very early. And then I mentioned about the lack of pace in that car after the fact. Well, the pace has come back because the car has just run its PB of the race there on lap 20 at a 132.5. So 32.5 is right up there with the guys from 4th to 7th, even 4th to 9th. Those guys running a similar pace. The likes of T-Fam last lap round 32.3. Nathan Henderson 32.6. So Harrison Bella, that car has got some pace back in it. Oh, righto, Warren, who's the mate you've got out there, mate? We'll give him a shout out. Who you tuning in to see succeed tonight? We'll see if we can get a bit of camera action on and see how he's going. Bit of live interaction there, Davo, with the viewers. And
yes, we love that. Yeah, definitely. J-Man, please like and subscribe. Obviously, we'd like to thank Titanium Digital Solutions, AJ Champ, True to Life Racing Designs, and of course Rainlight Racing for bringing us all of this entertainment. These 23 guys here going at it here at Valencia. J-Man for round 6, 90 minutes of racing. Where are we down to? About 55 minutes to go. So still plenty of the race to unfold.
Yeah, going to start seeing a lot of pit stops come into play very, very shortly, I would think. Guys probably pretty happy about where the stability of the weather is, and fuel burn will be burning these tanks off a fair bit now, and these tyres will be starting to just get a little bit of fall off on the dig, although you wouldn't think so based on some of the times. But in respect of Warren Baker is here to support Nathan Henderson tonight, and yeah, great showing from Nathan. He's currently just starting to put a fair bit of heat on the back of Jaco Venter as they round turn 14 for this 876 metre front straight. Nathan doing a great job, as I mentioned, in P7 last that round.
Definitely, actually done a pretty good job the last couple of rounds. J-Man in the old Bentley. He knows how to get that thing, that rubber band and that thing wound up pretty bloody tight. So
yeah, big fan of the Bentley. Drove it for a season myself at one point, and do like sitting on the right hand side of the car naturally, being down this part of the world. So
yeah, that's unusual. That's right in these things. So yeah, nice work. And Nathan gets plenty of airtime at the moment because he is definitely quick in that thing. J-Man,
he is faster.
Plenty going on throughout the field though. Craig McConnell just outside the top 10 in 11th position in that Guerrilla Racing. Beautiful looking car actually, no doubt. Skinned by True to Life Racing Designs or someone of the like. Steve Crossland in 12th after a drive-through. Who else have we had in the pits with a drive-through, J-Man? I think it was Uncle Joe.
Yeah, Uncle Joe, and also Zach Carr has been in also. So we've seen three unscheduled stops in there tonight.
Yep. So Zach Carr.
And Craig McConnell's just picked one up as well, unfortunately, out of P11. So
ouch! Well, there's the commentator's curse. I was only just talking about it, guys.
You had to go there, didn't you? But anyway, nonetheless, we don't control the limits. We just pick it up as we see it. But that's going to be I guess, yeah, positive for Steve Crossland as Josh Nightingale
Yep.
just stepped out the way for Crossy as they come around the back here through turns 12, 13, heading down to 14. So, yeah, that's a shame for Craig. He'll just have to make sure he's disciplined here on his entry. No, he's going to leave it one more lap before he goes. And I did pick up earlier too that Brandon Webley hasn't got out of this battle with Charlie Booth. You know, there's a little air gap in there, but not a lot.
Yeah, it's to and fro a little bit, but there's definitely more of a gap than there was when the cars were the other way around, wasn't it, J-Man? With the
well, last lap round,
reverse.
Yeah, last lap round, Boothie ran a 32.2 and Webley ran a 31.9. So 31.9 last lap round was only a tenth away from the likes of Mav on a 31.8. So very quick time.
It's not too bad, is it?
Yeah, it's very quick. So Yucko under massive pressure now from Nathan Henderson. Nathan Henderson got quite the fan club here tonight. So the boys will be enjoying seeing that Bentley with their boy in there going at it, chasing down that McLaren, that 714 McLaren of Yucko Venter. So we have got a few guys in the pits now. We've got Josh Nightingale looking like he's making a scheduled stop. Uncle Joe hasn't come out of the pits. He likes whatever's going on in there.
They've got refreshments.
It could be.
Yes. I'd stay in there if they had refreshments too, I'd tell you.
Naturally.
Well, we got our own refreshments up here.
Craig McConnell in the lane there to take that schedule stop. I'm just watching. Ooh, he's very close on the speed limit up there.
Dixon, Dawson, J-Man starting to ramp up. Now we see these guys, these two, a lot together. That is Bella. It's way back in the distance. So Dawson's dispatched him. Bella was down, you were saying, yes, down a lap.
Yes, he was.
So Dawson looking to attack the Dixon car.
Okay, so Craig McConnell did do a good job of getting that speed arrested down to 50k an hour before the control line there. I thought it was very tight, but nonetheless he did do it, so good job there. I'm just trying to pick up as well. Once again, Nathan Henderson is only 6.5 tenths away the back of Yucko. T-Fam's got a visual on those guys. Firthy's looking to try and round up Louis, and Louis just goes a little bit wide for him out of turn 14.
How close is Matty there?
Matty T's right there, and we've seen how good this BMW straight line speed was, so Louis probably have to lift here forcibly.
There you go. Dawson actually passed this Dixon there, J-Man, as we were speaking. First, like you mentioned, just slipping past the 99 AJ Champ car of Louis Van der Venter. Madison actually right on his tail now. This is actually tightened up a little bit.
Close.
Oh, that was close. She didn't quite sneak past. Awkward.
Yeah, she gets it now though.
Definitely not the easiest track to do this stuff, is it, J-Man?
No, it's
with
not.
The switchbacks, there's very little time to get out of the way. Very complex.
And I'll tell you what,
circuit.
Looking at that graphic, if Matty didn't get a track cut there on the inside, just ducking down the inside of Louis there, I'd be surprised. Because all four wheels were on the inside of that Vallelunga curb there. So, yeah, it'd be interesting to see how many Matty's got in the bank there. As you know, we've already mentioned, track cuts are a factor here tonight.
They are a fact.
Once again, Nathan Henderson just hanging on the back there of Yucko, but just hasn't quite got the keys to try and get past there. You can see at the end of this 800 odd metre straight there, he's right there with Yucko down into Aspar turn 1. But I think down here into turn 2 into Doohan, we've seen the willingness to these McLarens throughout the season already just to...
They just tip in.
They tip in beautifully.
They
yes,
just
they do.
And they're so well behaved under brakes as they do it. They can really get that entry speed. And you can see it on the Bentley immediately. Just drops a couple of car lengths back from 2 onwards.
Yep. Pete Dawson coming in the lane as we speak. Oh, and I'd go as far as saying I think the stewards will be looking at that entry from my perspective.
Oh, look, fingers crossed for Dawson. He's had a tough night. He's worked.
He might be on the receiving end of a steward's message there once he comes out of this one.
He's been working pretty hard for his positions, J-Man.
He has.
He really hasn't been tangled up in anything, but just the car doesn't look as speedy as we've been used to.
Who else is that going in? I just saw someone else going in.
Oh, that's Craig McConnell.
Craig McConnell, yep, so that's official. So that car's already in the lane.
And Uncle Joe with refreshments.
Yeah, there's beers and peanuts there, I'm sure.
He's not going anywhere. Jaco Venter, that Bentley, J-Man, is not going anywhere.
It's right on him.
Henderson got the eyes on, and the rubber band wound up.
Moment of truth coming for Pete Dawson as he crosses control line to exit here.
Does he get it? Oh!
He got a stop go 30.
There it is. Stop
Matty
go
T
30.
in the lane. Matty T, no problems with discipline on the entry.
Nice. Pulls that thing up sweetly.
Steve Crossland in the lane. Crossy gets it arrested perfectly. I saw 53 and then right at the line, I think she's bang on 49.
Yeah,
so great job there from...
Yeah, Mr. 1%er here.
Yeah, very much.
I just wonder whether the track infringement thing was just a little bit of a, you know, like a slip and a slide, and it's so easy to get out there.
If I'm Nathan Henderson, I'm going to take my pit stop now. Look for an undercut.
Jaco Venter. Oh, it's Jonathan Venter, should I say. 716 J-Man with a drive-through as well.
Okay, yep.
So you called it. It wasn't going to be the last.
Charlie Booth in the lane.
So Booth in the lane. This is a critical stop here as we just pick up on Henderson Venter again. Booth.
Boothie with a very, very good stop. Very accurate on the pit limiter.
Nice as we see Crossland drive out. I think that might be Zach Carr driving out with him, J-Man.
So Matty T's come out behind Gunter Rowe. Now, would Matty T be... She'd be a lap down because Gunter hasn't stopped right by my calculations. I think correctly because Gunter was behind... he was behind Webley and Tinnis. So... Yeah, okay. So that will sort itself out over the
it will still.
Laps. Yep.
Yeah. She didn't have the best probably last couple of laps before she come in there, getting tangled up with some lap traffic, but back at it, J-Man. What?
Very much.
Is that her? She tucked in behind Gunter there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I think Gunter hasn't stopped. Like she's effectively a lap down.
I see. Yep.
And I expect to see Gunter peel off
here.
You
would expect so, yeah.
To try and cover off the Jaco.
And
yeah,
so there he goes.
So I'll just jump on with Gunter, see what his entry's like. Ooh, very, very tight.
T-Fam just in
behind him.
T-Fam
in the lane. No problem with T-Fam's entry.
So
Kenneth
big
in the lane.
flurry of pit stops here, J-Man.
Yeah. So we've hit that magic moment. 43 minutes to go where all these guys are
pretty well halfway. Yep.
Big question marks over
Gunter's entry there.
Gunter's entry. I think it's going to be okay, but I'll tell you what, it'll be tight. And if he gets that right, that could be a net gain on the likes of Webley, who he was engaged in a battle with. Nathan Henderson's another guy to consider in this battle because he was the guy.
Well, Henderson and
he's on the back of Jaco back. These guys are still out there running. Haven't made their pit stops.
And so it's Webley Jarko and Henderson.
Pete Dawson with a stop-go 30.
Ouch.
Yeah,
Oh, really?
I missed that one, but he's certainly got one. So that would have been a pit infringement. Or did I call that one?
No,
Was that
no,
the
we
one I
called that
called?
earlier.
Sorry, I
No,
called
he
that one.
still
Apologies.
hasn't. He still hasn't. Yes,
Maverick in the
honoured it
lane.
yet.
Let me look at Mav's entry. Oh, no problem there for Mav. Beautifully done. You'd expect so too.
Yeah, class act. Definitely a class act there, J-Man. I think that was
Brandon Foster in the lane.
It was Foster's pink Lambo into the lane.
So Henderson's still hard charging on the back of Jarko Venter.
Yeah, look, I just feel that he's keeping up with him, J-Man. I don't think that Bentley's got anything forward unless Jarko makes a mistake, and I just can't see that happening. Jarko clearly hitting his marks neatly and nicely, and just running.
Yeah, you watch this Bentley, the back end of the lap. So
yeah,
it's very, very handy when they come up through 10, 11, and then heading for that switch back over the top of the hill, turn 12, the Champi Heredos corner. I just feel like the Bentley's quite stable through this sector now. So as they come down through here, and then they got this double right sector here. Yeah, it gets right up on
straight away, doesn't it?
Yep. And then he's very, very accurate. Obviously, sitting on the right hand of the side of the car, he's got a very, very good view of this curve
flip flop here, and that's a tough little awkward set of corners, isn't it? It's very bumpy, and if you don't get it right, it can really slow your progress. Nice and smooth under brakes here, and it does get off the corner well here.
Oh, I thought one of them was going to go. He's not. He's right there with him, though. And you watch this Bentley down the end of the back chute here. Look at it ranging up underneath the wing of that McLaren.
And then it just doesn't do it for the next couple of corners, does it?
Nah, the high speed. Oh, he gets very sideways out on the safety grass.
Out in the safety grass. Wasn't that safe that time, J-Man? So, yeah, plenty of work to do from Henderson still if he wants to get past Venter. He's going to have to do it in the pits, J-Man, I suspect.
Yeah, I can tell you, Charlie Booth and Maverick both completed their pit stops. They are running P6 and P7. I feel like that's 1 and 2 on the track, potentially at the moment, depending on where Tinnis comes out.
Well, it's Tinnis, and we need to see where Webley enters.
But Booth has bridged that gap. He's 3 seconds behind Maverick on track.
He might have cut him already in the pits. So
up go 30 for car 99, which is Louis van der Venter. Unfortunately, Louis just got that stop wrong.
So these stop goes. Look, a drives through is hard enough, J-Man, but a stop go, it's massive.
It's like a Murphy moment in the toilet at Bathurst some years ago, really. It just seems like forever, 30 seconds.
Yeah.
So Nathan Henderson, Jarko still stay out. These guys are running super long in this opening stint. Boothie, 3 seconds, the deficit to Maverick. Now, the last time I looked, the difference between Tinnis and Maverick was around 6 odd seconds. So I mean, Tinnis is out there doing 32 zeros. Maverick's out there. I'm going to get an indication shortly on how fast Mav's going since he's left the pit lane, because the only number I've got at the moment is a 2:34, which is the pit exit lap. So in about another 6 seconds, we'll be able to tell you how fast Maverick's going versus Tinnis. Tinnis, as I mentioned, 32.0 last lap around. Maverick just about to cross the line. He's in there on a 31.6, so some 4/10 the better to Maverick, which will be creating more margin on that Tinnis Venter gap once he makes his official pit stop, Davo.
Absolutely, J-Man, as we just see Gunter round up.
Nathan Henderson's so close. So close. Oh,
So,
he had a big look down into 12.
so these guys are still at it. This is not going to go away. Every time we watch them come out of this final corner, J-Man, who's going to go in first?
I think
Neither of them.
Nathan's got to go. I reckon, because if he's got track position, I'm saying he can go.
Yep.
Look at the speed of this thing.
Oh,
Nowhere to go.
Oh, big switchback.
Oh, he's going to have a shot.
He's got to have a shot here. Jarko was covering.
Jarko covers.
His line was compromised. He's got to go the long way round. Look at how tight this is.
That's a great battle. That is a great battle. Well, your boys going hard there, Matt Hewitt and Warren Baker. Nathan Henderson is absolutely on fire on the back of Jaco Venter right now.
Oh, that was a big go, J-Man.
It was a big look, mate. He's certainly the closest he's been.
Yeah, and oh look, we're calling it. It's just like we're expecting one or both of them to go in the pits as the Bentley ranges up again. Well up beside Venter.
Yep. It's a matter of time, I feel. I think it's time for Jaco to go to pits, because otherwise it's going to be done out on track. And last lap round, as we keep an eye on this battle, I will keep you updated to the Charlie Booth.
And we've got to keep it on the battle, yeah, but Webley, we've got to watch for Webley coming into the pits too, J-Man.
We do, but I can tell you now, Charlie Booth round there on the 31.070 sits the fastest lap of the race.
Now, that's the Webley, surely it's got to come in.
You can just see the placement of this this Bentley at the moment. He is wide of the corner, and he's got all the ability to turn back down. Look at the run again. Once again,
Jarko covering again.
Oh,
he's got it.
Oh, it's a long way around.
What a battle.
Yeah, just so much respect there from Nathan. Just beautiful driving, not to try and run him out wide.
Look, both of their speed, their lines were compromised. They were so far inside, Jamie. There was nothing left for the Bentley. Jarko had shut the door pretty well. One car width. What a battle.
Yeah, super respectful racing between Jaco and Nathan here.
Yeah. It doesn't get much better.
That Bentley, now it's burned off its fuels, looking super quick.
35 minutes to go, J-Man. This is not going anywhere. I'm just holding my breath. The more I watch it, I think something's going to go wrong. It's hard to watch. I don't want to put the commentator's curse on these boys either, because they're doing such a fantastic job.
They're doing a great job. They just need to keep the pressure on, but do expect to see these guys have to come into pit shortly, because they will not have enough tyre or fuel underneath them to make this final 34 minutes. And once again, can he get an inside move down here into 14? Down in.
Okay, here we go. Final corner. Who goes in? No one.
No one goes in. He's going to chase him down to turn 1 again. He's been so strong down here the last 3 laps running.
I think that says they just round up the Nightingale car. And if you look at the background, that is Steve Crossland. J-Man. The lap car again. The Bentley round the outside.
It switches back to the inside. I don't think Jaco can cover here.
Oh, so deep from the Bentley. Jaco back around the inside. Has he got the punch in the McLaren?
Oh, he's going to get it done, mate.
He's got it.
Wow. What a beautiful move. Very aggressive, but gets the job done and just covers the line off on exit.
Absolutely brutal passing move.
Yeah.
No, zero contact.
Can we get a replay on that, mate? Can we get a replay on that? That was stunning. Crossland's invited himself into this party too.
Yeah, we just pick it up into 1 there. And Jaco does the switchback. And the McLaren just didn't have the punch off the corner. The power of the Bentley covers it off. J-Man.
But just the intuition, just to be able to just clear the brake when it would have been understeering, because he was so heavy under brakes into that left hand, and then get back on the gas and have presence of mind just to drive that thing off the corner. He was well out the marbles in that second phase of that corner, and just managed to carry it on. So beautiful piece of driving there from Nathan Henderson, well deserved.
And hard fought.
Very hard fought.
Jaco Venter now has Crossy, who is actually out of position. He's down a lap. J-Man after a drive-through and his scheduled pit stop. So looking probably to try and unlap himself. Does he have the pace on Venter?
Brandon Webley's in a world of pain right now with lap traffic. He's tucked up in there behind what appears to be Adrian Kramer. He's just got through.
Yep.
Yeah, he's just got through, but he was held up there for a bit, and just up the road was Pete Dawson, so that did compromise.
Yeah, so he just got past. Yeah, so he got past McConnell.
Yep.
And then Kramer, and then he's got Dawson, and then he's got, that looks like Worcester as well up in front of him. He's got to get that thing into the pits. He's got to get out of this traffic.
Yep.
Surely.
And I feel there's success coming Boothie's way here. I've just been watching the numbers in the background, and the likes of Tinnis and Brandon both running 32 3s, 32 5s. You've still got Mav running 31 0s, Charlie Booth running 31 5s. So, you know, versus Brandon Webley, who he was battling with. I know he'd actually cleared Brandon. He's actually in a fight with Tinnis and Brandon, but I feel like he's the better of Brandon on the Delta. Oh, as we just see Charlie Booth just get incredibly sideways. That will do nothing for his time. He lost 2.5 seconds just on that.
Well, there you go. There you go. And Webley stays out, J-Man, in the traffic.
Yes, he does.
So interesting strategies, J-Man. We are just calling it as we
Henderson
see it.
in the lane.
So Henderson in.
And he gets it down, gets the speed arrested.
Oh, look, I would have expected him, and we were both calling it for him to get in. Oh, as he just gives the wheel alignment a little bit of a touch up there. We just thought he would have come in before the pass and done it in the pits, but no, he makes the pass and then he pits. What a class act.
This is a critical stop, so I'm just watching him on the blocks. It doesn't appear like they've had to drag the car back, so he's pretty square on the mark there. And expect Nathan to come out. I think probably once Tinnis, Brandon, Yucko have stopped, he is definitely going to be in that top 5. Whereas Firthy's only coming into the second sector. So it'll be Maverick. Now, where is Mav?
Mav will round him, surely.
Yeah, comfortably.
Yeah, comfortably.
Yeah, he already has. Sorry. So Henderson comes out, currently running P6, but still got Yucko to pit. Tinnis in the lane.
Okay. Well, that's a biggie
on his entry.
So
Henderson, get a peek on his entry.
And Henderson in pretty well clear air. He's got, looks like Bella, the Mercedes up in front. Not a hell of a lot of traffic up there. Oh, there is a little bit, so he'll just want to knuckle down and just really hit his marks and just get those outlaps sorted, won't he, J-Man?
Yeah, well, no problems with the Tinnis entry. He was very, very accurate on the pit limiter there.
Nice work. Dennis Venter in the pits and on the blocks, J-Man. Webley still rounding up traffic. He's been past Dawson. He's past Worcester. It's about halfway through the lap here. I think they are just coming out to Martinez.
Yeah, they are.
And down through the right hand, a big tightening right hand near hairpin, and then up into this final complex of corners, this flip-flop, very awkward bit of track, very bumpy as we see the Ferrari up on 2 wheels, over the hill and into this long apexing braking area, very difficult to get right as he was super wide. Nice line, J-Man.
Yeah, very, very nice line.
Oh, that car just looked like he could have just ducked off into the pits there.
Yeah. They use a lot of the exit,
don't they?
Final,
and the entry here into 1 too, J-Man, don't they? You called it earlier about how they can easily get pinged out there by breaching that
Yucko
exit.
in the lane. Yucko in the lane.
Okay, so this is another big stop, J-Man.
Yeah, this is a critical one. This is the one that once again comes back to Nathan Henderson in the battle.
Yes.
Also, you know, it comes back into the battle with the likes of Charlie Booth. I think,
And Webley, yes.
yeah, and Webley. Mav will be clear. I feel because he
And
has
tennis as well.
Antinous. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
So Venter, nice clean entry there, J-Man.
Yeah, very clean. So looking at Mav he's already through. So Mav's already through on Yucko.
And got plenty of lap traffic.
Ruthie's just coming through now. As is Gunter, T-Fam, and Nathan Henderson rounding the final corner. Yucko coming out of the lane. So for whatever reason, Nathan Henderson's stop was not as good as I thought it would have been because
he's well back.
Yucko's well out. We're going to see things equalise over the next lap, but Yucko already coming out of turn 2, turn 3, heading into 4 as we speak. So
yeah, so Henderson got his work cut out for him there, J-Man.
Yep.
But we just look, and we don't know the fuel loads of these cars. We're not sure how they start and how much they're topping up on, J-Man. So many variables.
So Firthy's done a great job out here staying out long.
Staying out long. Second position provisionally, yes. Held off Matty T for probably the first half of the race, J-Man, after a bit of elbows out in the opening stages of the race. Found those two together. And yeah, look, really worked hard to hold his position. Matty T unable to get past.
So correct me if I'm wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. Tinnis Venter.
That's pitted.
Yeah, and so he's actually come out in front of Maverick. So Tinnis with the best looking pit stop.
Really? Oh, he has too. Oh, there you go.
And he is out there ahead of Mav.
Oh, and only just because Mav
is on him.
Is on him. Look, this is going to be a battle royale to close the race. We've got a little over 25 minutes to go, ladies and gentlemen. And this one should be an eye-opener. Thank you, Titanium Digital Solutions, as always. AJ Champ and True to Life Racing Designs.
Webley in the lane.
Webley, biggie. This is the one I've personally been waiting for, just to see where Webley and Booth, because Webley and Booth, that was the ding-dong in the opening stages of the race. Pretty well the first third of the race.
Yeah, and I feel like Booth come on strong after the pit stops. So Boothie's just come down out of Martinez, heading down to turn 11 as we speak. So who was that just morphed in front of? Was that young Jonathan, I think? Okay, so Tinnis and Mav coming down the pit straight now. And Brandon Webley still on the jacks. So Charlie Booth exiting turn 14. This is the one that you thought that they would be close. Now Charlie Booth is coming down this 800 plus meter straight. Webley's still on the jacks. So
Webley's still on the jacks. He's off the jacks now. There goes Booth.
Yeah, so Boothie through there.
Big game from Booth there, J-Man. And that's Gunther Rowe actually just sneaking past as well.
Yeah, so that drops Yucko back to effectively 7th, likely to be maybe 6th, depending on Firthy's pace and his pit stop, because Firthy is now leading this race provisionally.
So some big gains in the
Mav
pit
with
lane.
a huge drive and takes out Tinnis.
Oh no! These guys, that is T2, J-Man?
It is T2. That was a big hit.
Oh no, lucky not to get up. Was that Gunther that actually slipped through there? One of the other cars, but we'll just get a quick replay on this, J-Man. I think we got a quick replay on it, did we?
Yes, you did.
Oh no, it's down into Martinez, J-Man.
Yes, it is down the left-hander, dropping down the hill.
Yep. I wondered when we were going to see that.
Big on the brake down there.
Yep. Begs you to go down on the inside there and have a look, but it tightens so quickly and they resume the battle. Mav clearly showing his intent, J-Man. Who is that in the background but Charlie Booth?
Yeah, Charlie Booth's in the background, but yeah, Mav all over the back of Tinnis and Brandon all over the back of Gunter Rowe as well also, so... It was back-to-back hits there, Matt, for sure. But, hey, these boys sorted out amazingly, had enough margin to, at this point, come out in effectively the same positions and not lose anything else to anyone else, although the gap certainly closed down.
It did.
Boothie's got its sights on them, so they certainly don't want to be getting involved in too much more of that.
Here they
once
are,
again,
back into the same corner.
Strong down there. So.
Down into Martinez there. I think it's turn 8, J-Man.
Yeah, Tinnis will be awake to that, and he's going to have to be aware that he's going to have to cover down into Martinez each lap, because that is clearly the point where that BMW is strong.
It's strong there, isn't it? And here we've got to get through this funny little flip-flop corner as they bounce their way through it, J-Man, up over the hill, down into 14, I think it is. The final corner. He squares that off nicely, doesn't he, Mav?
Yeah, and we've seen how strong the BMW is in a straight line here tonight. We saw it with even with Louis' car, but look at how quickly he's ended up under the wing. It'll be a long way to hold the inside line. He's going to have to decelerate a lot more.
This is close, J-Man. The slightest amount of contact again and again.
Oh, it's gone blue. Charlie Booth's going to come in here and pick up the pieces here, mate.
Oh, he does too, J-Man. We might pick up on that one again as well. It is unfortunate for the boys.
Ooh.
As we see in the replay here, J-Man, just quickly, very tight. Maybe a little bit of morphing there through J-Man. But,
yeah, it looked good the initial phase, but it was just on the exit. They just got that little too close and then kind of went through each other.
Yeah. So unfortunate contact between the leaders pretty well. 1 and 2. We just pick up here on, I think it's Gunter Rowe, Webley, J-Man.
Yes, it is Webley. He was looking for an outside move there on Gunter.
He's got pace on Gunter though, hasn't he, there?
We only get one shot at it, unfortunately, Matt. We could have given you a sky cam on that, but no, that's all we've got on that. So you have to hit up, you'll have to hit up Nathan for a replay during the week, mate, and maybe, yeah, have a look at that, see how you see it. But yeah, once again, as you mentioned, Brandon Webley, where's he going to look? Where is he going to look on Gunter?
Oh, such a committed corner, T1, isn't it here, J-Man? They do a fairly heavy brake and then down a gear at least. And
oh, he's got it. He's half a chance at the inside
looking at there. Oh, it's such a short, sharp corner that.
It's very short.
Smartly gets away from it.
Oh,
Gunter
with an ugly bounce off the curb there.
Oh, it just opens the door ever so slightly.
Yeah.
Put him off flying again.
Yeah, he's just overdriving the car through that sector there.
Yeah.
Just gives Brandon all the opportunity they needed just to get that done.
Yeah, just that break in the rhythm, J-Man. And then you're all offline, aren't you? And yeah, just picked up a bit of curb.
Matty T, the pit lane with a drive-through. So Matty T ran out of track cuts there, unfortunately for Matty.
Okay, and she was currently running in P11, so her race will definitely suffer for that, J-Man. She'll be back, well down the field. That would cost her at least 3 or 4 positions, maybe more.
Yeah, so Mav's still trying to catch back up to terms now after that incident, and he's trying to catch back up to Charlie Booth. Time is running out. There's 18 minutes to go, so still plenty enough time to, I think, for Mav to get on the back of Charlie. However, Tinnis is another 5.5 seconds further up the road, so that's going to be a pretty big margin to pull back over the next 18 minutes.
That's a big margin. But we still got to remember Nick Firth. Let's get a camera on Nick Firth.
Yeah, Berthie out there doing the business.
Hey, he'd shoot me if he if I didn't give him some airtime while he was leading the race. So yeah, Nick Firth out there in the Firthie second. McLaren smashing it out in first position at the moment. We would expect that car to be in the pit sometime soon, J-Man, with only about 17 and a half minutes to go.
I was going to say, how big is his fuel tank?
Yeah, bloody hell. He's running that thing on chip oil or something.
Yeah. But a few burnt chicken ends in there. All right, so
as he comes down into 14, nice and wide into this awkward braking area and around the final corner. Does he come in? Yes, he does, J-Man.
Does, yeah, Firthie in the lane. I'll just watch his entry here. Yeah, beautiful on the entry. Pretty accurate there was Nick Firth.
Yeah, very nice, very nice.
Back for me to Maverick. What can he do about Charlie Booth?
So Tinnis across the line.
Yeah, takes that top spot.
Straight back. Booth and Maverick as well in situ.
Oh, Nathan Henderson has got back around Jaco Venter. We've missed that off a cam.
Oh, okay.
But,
well,
yeah,
there
he's got
you
back
go.
around there.
So that was the battle, was those two.
Oh,
that's
and
Venter in, J-Man.
Jaco might have a fuel issue here.
I wondered that. I wondered whether Jaco put light fuel on, and that's why there was such a big gain to Henderson.
Yep.
I did call that, and there it is, I reckon, right there. I'm sure it was Jaco Venter at Kyalami last week, J-Man. Ran out of fuel.
On the line, or last lap, got pushed over.
Got pushed over. I think it might have been by Bellew in the Mercedes.
So
he's not making that mistake again this week, J-Man. So the shenanigans continue here at round 6 at Valencia, J-Man. And we love it. We do love it.
Okay, so 0.6 of a second between Maverick and Charlie Booth. The Booth-Tinnis gap has dropped by around about a second and a half from my last calculation. Was around 5.5. Now it's 4.3. So I mentioned it was probably a step a little too far. But yeah, I mean, anything can happen with a quarter of an hour to go.
Yeah, well, 15 minutes to go. There's still plenty of racing. We know how this stuff ramps up towards the end. Look at Maverick now. That M4 looking menacing as he ranges up behind Booth. Booth's going to have his work cut out, isn't he, mate, to keep old Mav in check, J-Man.
Oh, he's going to work hard for this. Either way, I think, where's Brandon Webley in relation to these guys? Okay. No, he's not that far behind, to be honest. So, I mean, they've certainly got to keep it clean, because otherwise, a podium's not a shoo-in for either Boothie or Mav, because Brandon is coming last up round, 31-0. Plays Boothie's 31.8 and Mav's 31.5. So Webley clearly the quicker guy out of all of those guys, and he just has Jonathan Bender just step out the way to let him carry on.
Yeah,
so
very
Brandon
nice.
Webley is actually out there, the guy with the fastest lap of the race right now.
There you go. And these guys have got some work to do. Obviously, they're battling amongst themselves. I think that is Louis Van der Venter in the 99, AJ Champ BMW in front of them. So they've still got some lap traffic to deal with. This could bunch the field, J-Man.
Yep, I'm not sure what's going on with Tinnis as well. I mentioned before, the lap before the gap was 4.3. It's down to 3.6 to Charlie Booth. So Tinnis either just encountering some traffic issues here and not quite delivering the lap times.
Or just as easy as just overdriving the car a little bit, J-Man, at this back end of the race. Drive through for... Oh, here we go. There's one cleared. Who we got?
Jaco Venter with the drive
got
through.
one.
Oh, dear. Oh, dear.
Oh, no.
And he's pulled the pin. He's parked that thing in the trailer. He's put that thing away for the night.
Oh, the frustration, J-Man.
That's big. That's big. And why it is big, Davo, is because Jaco is third in the championship. So
Yeah, that's a big loss for Zarco, and again, I could feel his frustration, and they literally just packed that car up immediately, and just throw their hands in the air, J-Man. But this battle ensues. Maverick, Charlie Booth, we've got
yep,
Webley running the hot laps in behind, Tinnis.
that's
Maybe,
tennis just up in front of Charlie Booth there,
yeah,
coming in the
and
same sector of the racetrack.
that's
This is
right.
not done.
No, it's not. And Tinnis looking a little shaky, J-Man, as both of them ride that curb. Maverick super wide as he runs up over the top of the hill. So not for trying, pushing that M4 BMW.
And don't forget, Brandon Webley is coming on the front straight with them now as well. He's only got Louis Van der Ven at a roundup as a lap car, and then he's got a clear vision up to those guys. So
Van der Ven is showing some pace. They're not catching him hand over fist there either, so he's really got to step out of the way. Look at Maverick now. Super close again.
Yeah, he is very close.
A little bit of damage on that car, J-Man, after some contact.
Yeah, couple of bouts of sparring there down through turn one.
A couple of bouts, yeah.
Yeah, once also down through Martinez. So yeah, certainly probably not the best at seeing that car as we see them coming down to that section down into Martinez again.
And it could be suffering from some straight line speed and a little bit of pace, couldn't it, J-Man? That car,
yeah,
with that much damage.
I think 11 minutes to go. I think Webley can still get there. I think he can still come and put some heat in this battle because he is coming. He's 3.9 seconds off the back of this battle. The difference between Venter Booth is 1.8 seconds. Another half a second back to Mav. You don't need much of a time stamp to see how visually close that is.
Yep.
And then 3.7 back to Webley. I'll be very curious to see what lap times are posted this last lap time around, because they are certainly engaged. It'll only take Mav and Boothie to get in the battle.
Okay, so now Webley's past Louis as well, and clear of, I think that looks like Nightingale actually just stepping aside there as well.
Yeah, Webley, the fastest car at the top of the front four.
There you go. Again. Maverick, very, very wide, J-Man through T1. I know they give him a lot of license out there, but man, he was wide. So clearly pushing that Predator BMW right to the limit. And a little bit like the Bentley, it seems to sort of catch up a little bit just in these early stage of the lap. But yeah, just ebbs and flows, the gap between Charlie Booth and Maverick. J-Man, you keep calling the pace of that Ferrari of Webley's. He's got to keep his head down. Look, it's under 10 minutes to go. He's running out of time.
Yeah, but look, he doesn't want to overdrive the car. If he's punching 2-3 tenths of a second quicker than these guys with a 3.2 second lap, he's going to need a couple in there where it's a half a second, where he needs Boothie and Maverick to be close and get in a battle. Also, without consideration of Tinnis, who's just up in front of Boothie, these guys could all hold each other up.
And Tinnis really close now, J-Man.
Yeah,
look how close Booth is now to Tinnis just after a couple of laps.
Yeah, I think Tinnis is struggling. The last two lap times he's posting mid-32s versus these guys.
Look at the brakes on the Lamborghini. He pulls a car length in the braking area.
Yep.
This is going to go down to the wire. This is first, second, and third, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, and the car in fourth still once again another
quickest car on track.
Half a second that lap round faster than all these three boys in front of him.
Yeah, 8 minutes, a little over 8 minutes to go.
It is ramping up, Davo, here. Round 6 at Valencia. Ricardo Tormo.
This is after 90 minutes of racing, 8 minutes to go of 90 minutes of racing, and look at these three, inseparable, unbelievable.
Yeah, very,
Just
very.
like it's a 90-minute sprint race. And look, at the beginning of the race, the top three weren't this close. They were spread. There was a little battle here, a little battle there. Look at it now. It's winding right down to the wire.
Yeah, so I think Booth's the guy right now. Other than that slight little run wide into entry, and he's going to have to be very, very careful of this BMW's pace down the front straight. This is where we saw Charlie Booth, Maverick, run into trouble with Tinnis earlier on. He's got so much pace coming down this front straight. Look to clear the throttle.
Oh, look at the pace
here.
there.
Yep, so there you go. As we just see, I think that's Uncle Joe. Just getting out the way there, didn't want any part of that.
So, top move there from Maverick, J-Man.
Yeah, held the lead of this race at the opening stanza for quite some time. Lost the lead during the pit stops and then had some contact with Tinnis. Finds himself back in that battle with Tinnis Venter again.
He's going to go to work on Tinnis now. Tinnis is so close. There's, 6.5 minutes to go. He's really got to get on it, doesn't he? Tinnis will feel. Look at how close he is already. Out of the back of Tinnis Venter's car.
He'll be feeling the pressure now because he's seen the gap that Mav's made up to get to the back as well as Boothie. Brandon Webley took another second out of these guys. That margin is now 2.2 to the back of Charlie Booth. So Webley's still a potential to get on the podium here tonight.
Mate, 3 laps, J-Man. Couldn't be more than 3 laps in it, as we see Tinnis Venter, the Titanium Digital Solutions Ferrari. Can he hold out?
The BMW is strong, Davo.
Here we go, into T1 again. Look at it range up. Puts the nose out there. They got overlap.
The last time.
It was almost carbon copy of last time, but no contact, and the BMW. And who's that?
And that's Boothie down the inside.
That's Boothie, which will put Webley past.
Webley actually had contact with him.
But it still puts him past. J-Man.
Webley to the podium. Maverick to the lead of this race.
Get a replay on Webley's Charlie Booth, actually, as he follows these guys down in here. Replay on Booth. Down into 2 here. What happens? Gets down inside Tinnis, spins the car. Oh! Webley has nowhere to go.
He had nowhere to go, mate.
And a massive change-up in the position, J-Man, in one corner. 2 corners. Wow. So we had a lead change. Maverick over Tinnis. And then we had Webley over Booth.
Mav stuck him behind a lap car. He's just going to round him up on the outside of 13, heading down towards 14. But I tell you what, that meant that Tinnis was incredibly close. He's not ready to give this one up.
Super deep under brakes there from Tinnis, J-Man.
Yeah, he'll have nothing for this BMW down the front chute, as you can just see the legs on that BMW.
Oh, a little over 4 minutes to go. What do we got? 3 or so laps. I said that a lap ago. It's just mental out there. Look, Mav, we know what he's capable of. He's finally got that thing back up into the pointy end with only a few laps to go, J-Man. He's not going to let it go now. He's going to get out. He's going to stretch the legs of that thing. Wow.
And Pete Dawson and Harrison Bella still found each other after 90 minutes or 87 minutes odd. Still found each other out on track after all of that. After Harrison Bella taking an early pit stop, and I think Pete Dawson with the drive-through, I think, was one of the ones we might have called earlier on.
Tough stuff. There've been a few tonight, J-Man.
Yeah, hard to keep track of in the end. But yeah, certainly those guys still found each other out on track as... like I mentioned, Brandon Webley managed just to drive that thing through incident back to P3. Charlie Booth would be just ruining that move down there into turn 2.
Ah,
and
mate.
has to be careful with 3 minutes to go. Only probably a couple of laps left in this thing that Gunter Rowe doesn't just sneak up on him there unsuspectedly.
Look at those two black cars, Webley and Booth's car. They look like a couple of dropped pies. They look terrible. Bonnets up.
Busted crabs.
But a couple of busted crabs. Not good. So I'm sure they'll just kick back and think they're lucky. Think they're lucky stars where they are. Gunther Rowe actually with a good race tonight. J-Man in 5th position. Nice work for Gunther.
Yeah, so this will serve Gunter's championship points. Certainly a good poke in the right direction, and Steve Croston as well, with the likes of Jaco Venter pulling out of this one.
Yep.
Certainly helps Steve Croston sitting in P4 with a big boost of points tonight. P4 outright the championship, currently 9th out on track, so great job there from Crossy. But for me, Firthy, the strategy tonight from Firthy to run that thing very, very long and then come out in P7, obviously gifted one spot when Jaco decided to get that drive through, or didn't decide to, unfortunately got that.
Yep.
Bumped those guys up a little bit. But and once again, Nathan Henderson in that Bentley, strong all night, currently running P6, likely to finish in that direction, failing some late fuel dramas or anything. But yeah, certainly a very, very entertaining battle out here tonight between multiple drivers here at Valencia.
For sure. Pete Dawson on Harrison Bella at the moment as well. And that's Will Dixon on one of the Titanium Solution cars. But yeah, plenty going on still. Lead cars on the final lap, J-Man. After 90 minutes, Maverick out in the lead in the Predator BMW.
Yeah, got about 1.2 seconds over Tinnis. So Tinnis didn't give that up after he... I just can't help but wonder, was he in fuel conservation mode? Because he was getting smashed on the lap times, and then now he's managed to hold on to the back of Mav. So
yeah, he's only got 1 lap to go. It's downhill all the way.
Yeah, but he's been here for the last 3 laps since that was done, and I'm just wondering what was going on there. We're going to find out shortly, obviously, with these two guys likely featuring on the podium.
We'll be talking to him soon enough, James. And obviously the Brandon Webley, Charlie Booth battle, which has had us entertained for most of this 90 minutes, to be honest. Gunther Rowe and Finn, Henderson and first, T-Fam.
So close.
Steve Crosslin, that's Matty T running that top end, but we are going to watch Maverick as he comes down into 14. Already flashing the headlights, J-Man.
Yeah, great job.
Rounds the final corner. Good work from Mav there. What a cracking race, and up and down for him. Tinnis Venter, 2nd position. Brandon Webley, 3rd. Carly Booth across the line for 4th. Gunther Rowe passes the checkers for 5th. Nathan Henderson. Nick Firth in a heated battle with T-Fan. J-Man down to the wire here. In the 14, T-Fan locks the rears. Slides across the front of Nick Firth.
How far away is Crossland?
Unbelievable.
He's not close enough.
Oh, crazy finish to the race for T-Fam.
Big dive there from T-Fam.
All or nothing from T-Fam. Crossy. Oh, man. These things go right to the end, don't they?
Mate,
Crossy,
that's for sure.
Crossy in 9th, rounding the final. Where is Matty T and the boy? Actually, there's a few of these boys.
Matty T's in 10th.
She's actually just coming through some lap traffic there.
Yeah, she is. Will Dixon's effectively class finish, so Matty not likely to lose anything there, just needs to finish out the lap.
So Will Dixon in the lap. Zarko get that car back on the trailer pretty quickly, a few laps. Harrison Bella, Pete Dawson, Kenneth Worcester, Adrian Kramer, Braden Foster, Craig McConnell, Louis Van Aventa, Josh Nightingale, Zach Carr, Joe Grimmer, Nico Cordia, and there's one more with Jonathan Venter. J-Man, rounding out 21 cars for tonight. What a cracker. Man, that kept us busy. I tell ya, those guys put on a show tonight.
Yeah, beautiful, beautiful drive from so many drivers here tonight. And don't run away, viewers. You will be able to hear it from your top three, your podium here very, very shortly. Actually, as I speak, I will kick things off and grab down our third place getter, Brandon Webley. We talked about this being an option, and it certainly come to fruition late in the race, Davo. We'll grab Brandon down and have a chat. Brandon, you got us on comms?
Yo, yeah.
Mate, what a race. Very, very epic race from our perspective here tonight. Talk to us about, well, start us at the top, actually. Start us with the race start and your perspective on that race and your pit strategy and how that played out for you.
Well, I was hoping to qualify better than I did, but so yeah, on the start, I was just trying not to die, and then
well, that's a good strategy.
Yeah, and then I don't know. I probably should have pitted way earlier because I was like way faster after I pitted for some reason. So I'm not sure if the guys in front didn't get tires or something, but yeah, I was kind of mad because I lost like 2 positions in the pit stop, but I managed to get them back. So happy days.
Yeah, so we watched this, and you know there was a great battle with yourself and Boothie going on, and then once you made the stop, I was a little surprised as to yeah, I think you were trading with at the time with Yako as well, Brandon, and saw you go back a little further than I thought, but then we could see at the back end with the pace that you were coming on out of the top 4 for the final around 18 minutes, you were clearly the faster car out of the top 4 that you were battling with, and we could see you coming, mate. Little unfortunate the contact that Boothie and old mate had, but nonetheless, you got roughed up in it a little bit, but you ended up coming out on the right side of the ledger. And mate, I was calling you for a potential podium there when you were probably 3.2 seconds back from Charlie Booth. So,
he was.
You come through for me, mate. You come through. So well
He had
done.
money
An
on it.
outstanding drive.
Thanks for having me in your mind.
Yeah, mate. No, we certainly, you know, like, to be honest, you came up on the radar tonight right from unofficial practice and then the official practice. And, you know, there's a little bit of chit-chat around the pace of the car and the way you were driving it. It did look like a fast car, but it did look loose at times there, Brandon. So tell us, what was the car like for you?
I think I should have taken the rear toe off for the race because I think that was what was fucking me. But
yeah.
But I don't know. Like, people always say my car looks loose, and to me it feels fine. So I don't know.
Loose is fast, mate, and you've done an absolutely outstanding job to make the podium here tonight. So currently sitting in 6th position leading into this round. The likes of Yako having some issues in there is likely to see you jump up. You're ahead of Steve Crossan and Gunter Rowe tonight. So, yeah, great job, mate. Be looking forward to seeing what these points shake out like before next week. But enjoy that one, Brandon. You entertained us. Well done. Well deserved, mate.
Thank you very much. Cheers.
Cheers, mate.
Yeah, nice work.
All right, so there you go. That is Brandon Webley. There takes out the 3rd spot. And next cab off the rank.
Hard fought 3rd spot too at that, J-Man. Yes, next man in the booth is Tennis. You got comms on us?
I got him down. Tennis, you got us on comms?
Good evening, guys.
Mate, how was that for you? I feel exhausted and I didn't even drive the car.
Bet you guys weren't expecting that.
Mate, like, seriously, like, I mean, obviously talk to us about, we'll just skip forward a little bit, the pit strategy, the pit stops, the whole scenario. Can you try and fill the gap for us to see how that you managed to come out there and have that margin?
Yeah, so all week these guys have been a lot faster than me on this track. I just can't get my rhythm here. So I decided to go for alternate strategy, where I would just pit for fuel, no tires.
Okay.
Seemed to save a bit of time. So Yeah, it was good. I don't know if I would have been second with or without it, because I was running second quite comfortably anyway before that. But
Yep.
Yes.
I figured,
yes.
just give it a roll of the dice and let's hope I don't lose the top 3 spot. My aim was to get top 5, so I would have been pleased either or. So.
Well,
Yeah.
you betted that. I'll tell you, we thought you were going to win it there for a while, but obviously it's something there. It's the tire
Yeah.
drag just got to you.
Yeah, but hey, look, talk to us about the qualifying there. You're saying that these guys, clearly, during the week were faster, but then come quali, you delivered.
Yeah, that wasn't me. That was Yaku. He
Oh,
stuck
sorry,
on
it was.
top. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the other thing I wanted to pick up on, Davo picked up on it during the stream there, Tennis. Was there a strategical move there early on in the race to let you go and chase Mav?
No, not really, because he was the faster car between the two of us the whole week.
Okay.
So wasn't really the plan. I was just basically giving him a lights up and say, listen, better get a move on. The guys behind me is catching me.
Yep.
And then at that point, he ran wide into that S, and so I
Yeah.
decided, let me just take my chance here.
Yeah, you just found
Yeah.
yourself down there, didn't you? And
Yeah, there was nothing
Yeah.
strategic about it, so we don't play those type of games.
Okay. It's,
it just looked a little. It looked
too
very
easy.
easy. It looked
I
easy.
get
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, it looked too easy, mate. Like you can sell it which way you like it. It still looked pretty easy. But hey, the other thing as well. So obviously now you've cleared that up, and we could see the margin from yourself back at that point after the incident with Boothie and Mav was around 5.6. Looked like you were managing that tyre. Obviously, that was a very old tyre by that stage, and we saw that gap crush down very, very quickly. However, I want to skip forward a little bit further. Once Maverick actually got past Tinnis, I thought the last 3 laps you hung on to the back of him very, very well for a tyre that was well past its use by.
I was quite surprised he didn't pull away, because if you look at my lap times, I was hitting my laps right from the get-go, from lap 1, 31.9, 32.1, thereabouts.
Yep.
So even towards the, on the last lap, I think I did a 32.3, so it was still on point for me. So I think he might have just eased off, because he knew I had nothing on him at that point, because I couldn't attack.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be surprised if he eased off after he passed me. So
nonetheless, very, very entertaining, mate. Fair bit of rubbins racing. We talked about the top of the stream about the potential for drive-throughs and track cuts being a factor, and it was certainly that tonight, with some big names having to trundle the pit lane unscheduled. No issues for yourself, though. Once again, currently sitting P2 in the championship, currently finishing P2 again. So well done, mate. The fight is still on with Mav, mate. I mean, you're right in there challenging him every week. So always a pleasure to have you down here for a chat, Tennis. Well done on tonight's P2.
yeah, thanks a lot. And somebody has to, put a bit of pressure on him. I know it's not going to stick, but I have to give it a go. So.
Yeah. No, good stuff.
We
All right.
appreciate the effort for sure. Thanks, Tennis.
right.
Enjoy
Thank
that
you, guys.
one, and hopefully talk to you next week.
All right, thanks.
Cheers, mate.
Tennis,
There you go.
Renta, everyone, and we had a hard-fought battle there. Actually, that race did very well.
And it was, and I mean, if this guy hasn't got a story to tell us about his accolades tonight, I'll be surprised. Mav, you got us on comms?
Hey guys, how you going?
Good, mate. Well, first and foremost, congratulations on another victory. But however, a little bit harder earned that one tonight, Mav. Talk to us about the start of the race, about how comfy you were in the car, and then what you saw post pit stops, mate.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, look, it wasn't my cleanest race, I'd say, but had a good start. Got Chucko off the line. I think he was quite generous and left me a bit of room.
Yep.
The pace was good. First, I don't know, 20 laps or so, and then came in for the pits. Actually, no, I did hit or I had an incident with a back marker. I had about 5 seconds of damage.
Okay.
And wasn't sure if I was going to repair it, but I ended up doing it. Came out of the pits, and I think I was in like 7th or something like that, and pace was still good.
Yeah, you had a fair few guys ahead of you, just unscheduled stops, so yeah, carry on.
Yeah, and And then I think I saw Booth behind me. He was like 3 seconds behind me, so I thought, oh, he must have pitted early.
Yep.
And got some fresh tyres, so I thought, oh, his tyres would be a bit older than mine, so I wasn't too worried. But then I saw Thinners come out in front, about 4 seconds in front, and took me a lap before I realised that he didn't change his tyres. And then I was catching him about a second a lap, I think. But we had another incident where I think his tyres were just worn and his braking points were a bit earlier than I expected, and I gave him a little up tap at the back.
Yeah, down into Martinez there, dropping
Yeah,
down the
I
hill.
don't know
We
if you
saw that.
that.
Yep.
Yeah. And then
Your
I
boys
think
recovered well from there. You
Yeah,
didn't lose anything on track there.
Yeah, it didn't cost us anything. I don't know if he got any damage. I can't remember if I did, but and then I think it was turn 1, got a good run, and I think I'm not sure what happened, but I think I was just enough side by side to have the corner, but we had some sort of touch and then some sort of glitch.
Yeah, we did pick up. You'll see that on the stream there, Mav. There was some sort of maybe not the initial phase, but there looked like some sort of net code there in the second phase of it. So so that really upset you both, didn't it?
Yeah, it just did a bit of damage to the tires because I had a big spin, and then I think Booth got through, and then just had to try and chase them both down. I didn't think I'd catch them, but ended up just getting Booth a few laps later.
And then you end up getting tennis in exactly the same way.
It was the same move. I
The
just thought
same corner.
I'm going to leave a bit more room.
Yeah.
But I think he went wide a little bit.
Yeah.
So,
But it was nice to watch, actually. It was a really nice pass.
Oh, look, apologies to Thinners if I did something wrong. I haven't seen the replay yet, but
hey, well,
I thought it was fair in the end.
We're Swiss up here, mate. We're completely on the fence. It's neither here nor there for us, mate. It's just racing for us, right? We get the whole opportunity to be neutral, but it was really entertaining from here. And then probably one of the later things, obviously, once you got that job done, it was actually really impressive because you did have to regroup a couple of times there, Mav, to go and get the job done. And we know the car pace you had, but off the back end, I just mentioned to Dennis that. You caught him, got through on him, and then did you back off those last sort of 3 laps? Because I was surprised that he sort of stuck with you the final 3.
Yeah, I did. I just took it easy, I guess. I didn't think he was going to have a crack.
Yep.
So I just wanted to make sure. I was actually on 3 track cuts, so I didn't want to get that fourth.
No.
Where were you picking those up? Where do you think you picked those up out of Mav? Was it?
I think I picked up 2 just chasing down Booth. I had a lot of. I think it was my tires were just still recovering.
Okay.
And I got 2, or maybe even all 3, just behind Booth when I was behind him for
there you
a few laps. So yeah, I was really struggling there. I was just sliding everywhere.
Nonetheless, mate, it was very, very entertaining from our perspective. Some great battles up and down the field. Obviously,
hope you enjoyed it.
You didn't get a lot of cam time at the start, but you certainly played it back in that you got a lot of cam time from that pit stop onwards. It was really entertaining. Currently leading the series, mate. You came into this 362 points over 334 over tennis. Likely to extend that a little bit out further heading into round 7. So well done tonight, mate. It's always a pleasure to watch you out on track, and it's always a pleasure to have you down on the comms box, Mav. So enjoy that one, mate, and no doubt we'll be talking to you next week.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for having me.
Cheers, Mav.
Nice one.
Oh, there you go. What an entertaining night, Davo. Do really, really appreciate the show that these guys are putting on. And another thing I really appreciate is the live interaction that obviously I'm particularly interested in because I've got time to look at it as opposed to you being the director and the cameraman, Davo. But really appreciate the likes of Matt Hewitt, Warren Baker and co. Just interacting with us. It does make an entertaining night, especially when they're out there supporting their mates. And good to hear that one of those guys looking to join in again with these guys at some point, maybe next season. So, Davo, what summary of the night, mate? Real mixed bag, wasn't it?
Oh, mate, I'm exhausted. It was fantastic. There's so much going on. Yeah, hard to keep up with the cameras, obviously, with battles throughout the field for the first half of the race. But yeah, look, the main game battle up the pointy end was very heated, and yeah, just you couldn't have scripted it. You just you know, look, Mav looked like he was going to win it right from the beginning,
Yep.
but it just so changed up, and I just didn't expect him to be on the top spot with 15 minutes to go. So there you go. How it can change. These guys do such a fantastic job, like you said, J Man. Very entertaining for us. Yeah, but a mixed bag race. But yeah, all the action up the pointy end, J Man. Here at Valencia tonight for round 6. That was a 90 minutes, so that's a enduro round here for Rain Light Racing.
Bathurst next week, mate.
Round 7 next week, Bathurst sprint round, back to the 60-minute shenanigans. That is going to be a cracker. Bathurst always delivers, J-Man, especially with a big field. Looking forward to that.
Yeah, it
I
always
must
eats
say.
cars too, doesn't it, mate?
It does. The attrition is brutal. Takes no prisoners, that's for sure. And yeah, can't wait to call that with you, J-Man. It's been an
Yeah,
awesome
so
night
one.
once again. Calling this with you for
Yep.
Rain Light Racing.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it, mate. It's like I said, it's been a stellar night. Really enjoyed the call. Thanks, viewers, for tuning in. I'm going to tune out. Dave, I'll let you wrap this show up, and she'll catch you next week. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, J-Man. Obviously, we're going to thank Rain Light Racing and Titanium Digital Solutions, AJ Champ, and True to Life Racing Designs for bringing all this goodness to us. For all those guys that are tuning in, please like and subscribe. It helps the algorithms do their thing and weave their magic. Join us again next week, of course, for round 7 at Bathurst, because you know it's going to be good. I've been Davo. Thanks, J-Man.
Yes, mate.
We'll see you all next week.